Hi everybody, welcome to this very exciting new YouTube video. If you're watching this and you clicked on this video, you'll know that I'm now pregnant. I'm gonna be a mom. Clearly I'm excited. I'm very excited to share this video with you. I will give you full details of the journey, how I found out, where I'm at, everything that I know, I'll share with you guys. I also asked you guys on Instagram if you guys had any specific questions. A lot of them are repeat questions. So like how far along I am. Big question is, who's my baby's father? How did I keep it a secret? How did I know? All those types of things. So I'll be sharing all that with you. So with that, we're just gonna get right into it. We're just gonna start with the story of how I decided to take a pregnancy test and what kind of led me to my newfound announcement to share. So back in October of last year, so 2018, I lost my period. I have lost my period before whenever I was competing as a bikini competitor because my body fat was so low. So I've lost my cycle before. So that was not a big deal to me because it's happened. But I also, because my body fat wasn't crazy low, I just chalked it up to I'm now vegan. So maybe my period is going to fluctuate. Maybe it's going to be inconsistent. My period might be, spotty, irregular. I put losing my period to being vegan and maybe to some diet changes and things like that. Wasn't too nervous about that. Then, and these are all signs that I clearly had, but because I wasn't looking for pregnancy signs, I just chalked it up to others. That's how I lost my period. My boobs, they grew. I was drinking soy milk. Not a ton of it, but just like in coffee, or I would add it in my creamer, or just things like that. So I was like, oh, maybe just like the estrogen in soy milk is making my boobs larger. Cool, I'm excited about bigger boobs. Occasionally they would hurt, but I was just like, oh, like no big deal. And I talked about this with some coworkers, and she said, my boobs hurt too sometimes. Okay, big one, I have not had any morning sickness. So first trimester, typically you'll see morning sickness or nausea or those types of like headaches, dizziness, all that. Didn't experience any of it. So all of my pregnancy signs, I brushed off and put them to others. So since I lost my period in October, if you can do the math up till now, that puts me at around 24 weeks pregnant. So I am past my first trimester, I'm in my second trimester, I am about halfway through it. Yeah, there is a little big chunk for you. So my due date is July 31st. I'm having a little Leo baby. I do not know the sex of my baby just yet. I will find out on the 15th, which we are so excited about. We have a specific gender in mind that we're hoping for. We really hope it's a boy. Clearly, we just want a healthy baby. But I would love to have a boy first and then later on in life, girls, and just how that kind of like dynamic in a perfect world would work out. But we just want healthy. But we can be wishful for a boy, right? So, yes. Very excited. Very excited. Why I decided to take a pregnancy test was for about 2 weeks prior to finding out I was pregnant. I was complaining to friends, to coworkers, to my sister, like I have this lower belly fat pouch that like won't go away. My diet's been cleaning up. I've been doing cardio more consistently. Like I don't know why this isn't going away. Sister's like, well, you have lost your period. Maybe you should just take a pregnancy test. Like, it's just a weird place for me to store fat. Normally I store fat in like my arms, never really in like a lower pouch situation. So I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Took a pregnancy test, put it down, came back to it, pregnant. FaceTimed my sister, put it on the screen. I was like, Autumn, I'm pregnant. She's like, take another one. So I took the second one, chugged a ton of water, you know, read pregnant again. So that is how I came to find out I was pregnant, because I thought I was just bloated for 2 weeks, and turns out my body was making a baby. And if you have followed me on Instagram, everything from October until even today has been current. So if you're gonna ask me, how the heck did you not know? Didn't you gain weight? Look back at my Instagram. No, no idea at all. Yeah, I still had obliques. I had some abs. Like, I wasn't getting any of those like morning sickness. I wasn't looking for pregnancy signs. I was just carrying on with my life, and my body was like, girl, when are you gonna get it? You're pregnant. Connect the dots. So I think once, and I know I like randomly just like popped my belly, a little bump. I think that once I registered in my head what my body has been doing these past 4.5, 5 months, I think that's whenever I accepted like, oh, I'm actually not bloated. I'm actually creating life. We can relax about this. And that's when I think my body was like, cool, full on pregnancy mode. My mind understands what I'm doing, and we're just going to body accept it. So, and then I popped. So I am now 23, 24 weeks, because I don't know when my last period date was. Whenever I go in for my anatomy ultrasound, that's when we'll get like a more concrete detailing of the actual time frame I'm at. But my OBGYN gave me a rough estimate of 23, 24 weeks based on the baby's head size. The eldest child is about to make an appearance. Where are you at? Now let's get into some questions. How'd you find out? I explained. Was it planned? No, this was not planned. This pregnancy was a complete surprise, hence why I just found out I was pregnant about 4 weeks ago. So, all very new, all very exciting, but very new. I thought working out while you were pregnant wasn't good. If you have been working out consistently prior to pregnancy, like I have clearly been for the past 4.5, 5 years, you're fine. You should keep it up. Staying active actually is really good for your body. Double check with your OBGYN, but for my case specifically, I'm all clear. Just gotta take longer breaks. My heart rate shouldn't exceed like 140, 160. Staying hydrated and just not overexerting myself. Someone asked, okay, so big question. Who's my baby's father? Since I'm 5 months pregnant. Back in October, I was still dating Mitchell, who I was dating for about a year. We had moved into this apartment together. You guys might have seen him on some of these vlogs. So Mitchell is my baby's father. And his response, because I mean, whenever I found out my time frame, I immediately knew Mitchell was gonna be an amazing father. I knew he was gonna be excited, but I was always planning for the worst. I was expecting for him to give me like the worst possible reaction, just because I didn't know what it was gonna be, even though like in my heart I knew it was gonna be a really good one on his end. I just wanted to prepare myself for the worst, like I think anyone would do in this case, because you're bringing life into this world, and that's a huge responsibility. And I didn't know where he was at with his life, because since we had broken up, we didn't talk much, we didn't keep in contact, we weren't like randomly hooking up, there's nothing like that. So I didn't know where he was at with his journey and his life and how he was going to receive this. Deep down I knew hopefully he would take it exceedingly well. And so whenever we talked about it, he came down. He was living in Nevada. He came down, we got lunch, and he is over the moon. He is so excited. He is there for me through all of it. He's going to be at all the appointments. He's going to be just the best dad, and I could not be more excited to have him along this journey with me. It's just like everything at first felt super overwhelming because I had kept it to myself and only my sister had known. So I'm thinking, okay, my lease is coming up. Like, I'm gonna be out of work for a little bit. How am I gonna pay for rent? How am I gonna support myself? You know, a roof over my head. Am I gonna have support from family and friends, helping hands? But I don't wanna put all this pressure on them, but I need them. Like, all these things started like toppling onto my head. And as I started sharing my pregnancy with friends, family, everyone that's like in my life, it has lifted the biggest weight off my shoulders. Everything has fallen into place like more than I can imagine. So I am just through the roof. Like guys, it's been so good. It's been really, really good. So Mitchell is completely on board. He is so excited. Just can't wait to be a dad. We've hung out a couple of times and he's just been like the sweetest, like rubbing my little bump, like talking to the baby, like just everything you would hope for has been happening and he's been doing, and it's been really good. So that leaves another question that you guys might be thinking is, are we getting back together? Are we like, what's the situation with our relationship? And we're both on the same page as far as we want to be great parents together, and we want to raise this child with like a loving household, to be in great communication, to be aligned on these like big decision making topics. And so that is our focus. And so our relationship being a romantic relationship outside of that parenting scope, if it happens naturally and organically, best case scenario, that's awesome, right? But we don't want to force a romantic relationship because we are bringing a child into this world. We both don't want to be forced to be in a relationship or make it work because we have a child and the child needs to be raised with parents that are in a relationship or married or whatever it may be. We are not putting that pressure or expectation on ourselves. So we are just focusing on being the best parents possible. And then if we decide to be in a relationship, then obviously we need to talk about some things that had happened in our past of like why it didn't work out or where we slacked off. That is where we stand on our relationship. We're focusing on just being great parents, great people together. And then if a romantic relationship sparks out of this, then that's awesome. And obviously we both would want that if that's how we're feeling. So I hope that gives a little clarification on that. What is your parent, sister, grandma reaction? Do they know? Everyone in my family knows now. I was trying to hold off and tell people in person, but a lot of my extended family, you can't always get them all together, so I did have to send out some group chats and some photos, and everyone received it so well. All congratulations, all support, I love you, you're gonna be the best, whatever you need, we're here for you. Parents, obviously because I wasn't looking pregnant, whenever I showed them the ultrasound, they were like, what? Like, you're kidding, is this real? But then, you know, once that shock had died down a bit, they're all supportive. They're all like, whatever you need, we're here for you. Like, everyone has like rallied in the best way. My sister, like her life right now, I would say wouldn't want a child. So whenever I told her I was pregnant, I think she put some of those mindsets on me. Totally understandable. A lot of my parents were being realistic with me and like asking me some hard questions that I am saying no to because I generally don't agree with it or don't see myself going down that road as a new mom, as a pregnant woman. But they did have some heart-to-heart hard questions for me, which I appreciate. And obviously it doesn't always feel the best to be asked those questions. So they did ask me those kind of questions. Like, you know, is adoption a option? Is, you know, what are you going to do for finances? You know, what are your finances at right now? How is this, you know, going to affect your life? And all these things. And I appreciate them for being straight up with me and asking me those questions. It doesn't always feel the best to be on the receiving end of that. Once we got those out of the way and they saw how excited I was and how much I want this baby more than anything, everyone's super excited. Are you going to stay vegan through your pregnancy, or are you going to continue to train throughout your whole pregnancy? I will continue to work out all the way through until I feel like I can't. And not like I'm pushing myself to go. If I don't feel like going one day, I don't make myself go. I don't try to stay super cut, anything like that. I just want to go into the gym to be active, to, you know, keep my like body moving, and I love the gym. So if I can go in for 30 minutes and just do light workouts, I'm happy with it. Am I staying vegan my whole pregnancy? I have not. I have been on the cusp of more vegetarian. So whenever I go out, if I go to breakfast, like I'll get pancakes that have like eggs in them. I'll do like yogurt covered pretzels, things like that. So some milk byproducts and then egg products. As far as drinking like whole milk or like eating whole egg, scrambled eggs, I haven't done that, even though they're pretty much the same. I just haven't tampered with that. And then as far as like meats and chicken and all that, haven't had any meat, any animal, but byproducts I have been a little bit more lenient with myself on. Were you scared of people judging you when you decided to tell social media? A little bit of me was, just because everyone has an opinion. Some people don't agree with having a child outside of marriage, some having an opinion about being a single mom, all that kind of stuff. But with my following in particular, I have always felt so much support in every like situation in life. So sharing this on my social media platform, I wasn't really scared. Honestly, like my people on that follow me or choose to, I feel like I have a really loving and supportive community. So that part didn't really scare me. It's more of like the people that just come across your page that just want to like rain on your parade and just share their opinion even though it's not being called for. And everyone has, there's been maybe like 5 comments that I've just been like, I don't need to see this shit. Like I deleted them. This is an amazing, like happy, exciting post. Like I don't need your like negative judgment because your life isn't the same as mine. My cravings so far, not really any cravings. I have always had a sweet tooth, so I don't know if I should chalk it up to just preference or craving, but nothing too bad. Last week I kind of gave in to myself and just ate a little bit more of the like sugary, sweeter things than I probably normally would, just because I had the mentality of like, I'm pregnant, I can have a few extra things, when it's like right now I should be eating like super healthy and like nutrients based, which I am for the baby's sake and just for my health. But last week I was just like, yeah, I can have a little extra. I can order a dessert after every meal or after every dinner. Like, yeah, why not? We're celebrating, right? But I've toned it back, and like obviously I'm still eating like a good amount of protein, veggies, fruit, things that just are healthy. What are the best pregnancy-friendly workout clothes you found? That would be either Align leggings from Lululemon. They're so comfortable. They cover my bump. They're high-waisted. They feel super soft. I'll do those on just like casual workouts, whereas if I think I'm gonna be kicking up a little bit more of a sweat or doing like a lot of leg movements, I'll go for Lululemon's Wonder Unders in Luxtreme because they're really good with sweat wicking and they're great for like that kind of motion. But those are the only 2 that I have found. I really haven't tried to buy more. I'm still a size 4 in my lines and a size 6 in my Wonder Unders. So I haven't had to buy anything new just yet. I probably will after my whole entire pregnancy, just because I'm sure everything's gonna get stretched out. But those have a lot of great movement in the waistband, and I don't feel super constricted in them like I would if I had, I don't know, like In Movements or Fast and Freeze from Lululemon, if you guys are familiar with those. What are your plans moving forward with fitness and motherhood? I plan on continuing. I plan on sharing as much as I feel like I want to share with my, new journey as a mom. Obviously, that's what I want to do with you guys on here and on Instagram. I would love to share. Some things I'm obviously going to keep private between me and my family and the baby and all that, but I would love to keep sharing things with you guys. I hope everyone's cool with this channel turning into fitness, motherhood, my life, which it is because I've documented almost everything in my life on this channel. So this is just a new avenue. So plan on upkeeping all of it. Someone said, are you a single mama or do you have a partner? I technically am a single mom, but Mitchell is here through it all. So I would say I have a partner in this, 100%. But as far as like a boyfriend or am I married, like do I have a husband? No, but Mitchell's amazing. So I definitely don't feel like a single mom. Someone said, how old are the previous videos you've been posting before sharing the big news? Like I said, everything on my channels have been up to date. So I have not been posting old videos to look small, anything like that. Everything has been right up to speed. What's the thing you're looking forward to the most with your pregnancy and mommy life? I don't know. I think all of it. Like, I'm so excited to be a mom. I've always wanted to be a young mom or have like my family early in life. So I think I'm just excited for it all. I'm excited for like those little moments, like bathing the little babe in the tub, for Christmas. Like I'm so excited for the holidays this year to bring the little babe around. You know, cute little outfit, like all the family around, they can all meet him. And I keep saying my baby's a boy just because I don't like referring to my baby as an it. I think that's really weird. So I don't know the gender, but if you hear me call my baby a boy or him, it's just because I choose to, not because I actually know, even though I do know. Like I just have an intuition that my baby's gonna be a boy. So just little heads up. But with my pregnancy, I love my bump. That's like, I am obsessed with my bump and feeling the little babe kick around whenever I lay down, whenever I'm like in the bathtub, like seeing my belly move and just knowing like this little guy in here is gonna be all mine, and I can't wait to spoil him and love him and just see him grow up. Like I'm just excited for it all. Do you plan on raising your child plant-based? I am looking into that. I want to say I'm 95% sure I'm going to be raising him plant-based. I want to follow or find a specialist that is familiar with, you know, vegan childhood, or just, you know, the nutrients behind that versus what the baby needs versus what like I need. So if a specialist who doesn't have a bias in it says like, hey, he will be needing like milk, whatever, like I'm not actually saying like the babies need milk, but if they need that, I'll do that for sure. Like I'm not going to put my morals or my own bias onto my baby's health. So whatever the baby needs, he's gonna get. But if I have an option to not, I won't be giving the babe milk. I will definitely do alternatives. What kind of foods have you been craving / disliking now that you've been pregnant? Nothing's really changed as far as my food. My smell hasn't been getting weird, so I'm not thinking like, oh, I can't be around this smell because I'll like throw up or something. Haven't had morning sickness still, haven't had any cravings, or haven't had anything that turns me off. I think I mostly just want fruit and like tahini on it, but nothing really weird. Honestly guys, this has been the easiest pregnancy like I could have ever imagined or hoped for. It's been like a breeze. Halfway through it, didn't even know I was pregnant. No morning sickness, no bad symptoms, still staying active. Family's super supportive, everyone's on board. Friends and family are just like rooting for me. Everyone can't wait to be a babysitter, and aunt and uncle. Like my relationship with Mitchell is doing really great. Like he is so on board and excited. So I'm just so thrilled, guys. Are you gonna move once the baby is born? So my lease is up in May. I will not be staying in Huntington. I'm going to be moving in with my grandma for the time being that I can still work at my job. And then once I'm closer to the end of June and early July, I will be moving back home, and I will be doing my maternity leave back in my hometown. And I'll be staying there for about 3 to 4 months. My parents are down there, so they're gonna be helping, they're gonna be supporting hands. Mitchell's gonna be down there with me. And then whenever I am ready to move back to work and get back onto like my like quote routine that I'm currently in, then I'll be moving back to the Orange County, Huntington, Tustin. Haven't really decided on where we're going to be looking, but definitely not staying in Huntington once the baby is out of my bump. Do you know the gender, or do you want it to be a surprise? So we're gonna find out on the 15th. What Mitchell and I are going to be doing is I'm going to be getting biodegradable confetti, blue and pink. I should just get blue because it's a boy, right? But pink just in case my intuition's wrong. And one of my friends is going to be taking a photo of us, and we're going to be doing a gender reveal photo that we can post on our social media. So whenever we pull the confetti and it pops, that's how me and Mitchell are gonna find out. And then we're gonna get like our reaction and like our surprise recorded and taken photos of, and then we'll share it with everyone that day or at like the fall. So stay tuned if you guys wanna find out the gender. The 15th or 16th is when we will share. Okay, and that is all the questions. So bottom line, this cute little bump babe was a total surprise. but I could not be more thrilled. I'm so excited. It's gonna be a crazy adventure, lots of new things to learn, lots of new things to think about, but me and Mitchell are over the moon about our announcement. We're over the moon about this little babe coming into the world and being parents. I hope that answered all of your guys' questions. I think that was pretty much the bulk of it. A lot of those questions were repeat questions, so I think I answered all of them. Yeah, if you guys have any more, just leave them down below and I'll get back to them. But we're super excited. We have thought of some names. None of them have really stuck just yet, but we're definitely been throwing names out and figuring out boy names, girl names, like what kind of style we were looking for. So, yep. We're gonna be having a little babe. Yeah, that's my pregnancy journey. That's my story. That's my share for you guys. I can't wait to continue this journey, and I hope you guys are ready for it. Till next time, I will talk to you guys later. So you guys can see how far along I am, or what my bump looks like. I'm gonna show you. We are right here.